Once upon a time, the residents of a small town had to close their school due to a mysterious outbreak. Initially, it seemed that only a few students and teachers were affected, but soon the outbreak engulfed the entire town. When the school closed, students and teachers were instructed to go home. However, among the students who returned home, some exhibited strange symptoms of an illness at night. These students began to experience dreams filled with eerie noises, and upon waking, they found peculiar symbols on themselves. One student, mysteriously awakened in the middle of the night, discovered an old notebook. The notebook contained details of another outbreak in the town's past. That outbreak was a curse caused by some ancient cult. People had fallen under the influence of dark forces and experienced horrifying nightmares. Now, these students and teachers had to unravel the dark secrets of their town's history and break the curse. However, the outbreak had not only spread physically, but also into a spiritual dimension. The town was shrouded in a mysterious atmosphere, and trust among its inhabitants was shattered. The students decided to secretly return to the school at night and follow the instructions in the old notebook. As they ventured through deep, dark corridors, they felt the presence of mysterious entities in classrooms adorned with symbols. They confronted the ghosts of the past. Eventually, a group of students and teachers reached an ancient temple at the heart of the town. Here, a series of rituals needed to be performed to break the curse. However, they had to endure attacks from dark entities and confront their own fears before successfully breaking the curse. By morning, the town began to return to normal, and the students and teachers chose to keep the mysteries they left behind a secret. However, after the events, a message appeared at the school's entrance. The forgotten past must be remembered. Despite the town's attempts to forget the fearful days they experienced, nothing was the same after that cursed period. One winter day, a small town's elementary school faced an unexpected outbreak. The school administration, prioritizing the safety of students and teachers, made an urgent decision to close the school. However, behind the closure, mysterious and chilling events began to unfold. Initially, only a few students exhibited mild symptoms. However, as days passed, these symptoms worsened, and some students were afflicted by a mysterious illness. This rapidly spreading disease not only affected the students' bodies, but also began to impact their souls. During the nights, strange sounds were heard around the closed school. Many claimed to see ghostly figures wandering inside the old building. Additionally, townspeople reported witnessing peculiar lights and shadows near the school premises. A group of brave students gathered to unravel these paranormal occurrences and put an end to the outbreak. When they sneaked into the school at night, the corridors were filled with ghostly figures. Inside the classrooms, they found strange symbols etched on the walls and incomprehensible writings. As they conducted a thorough investigation, they stumbled upon a forgotten tragedy in the town's history. Years ago, the same school had experienced a past outbreak, and during that time, students and teachers mysteriously disappeared. Old documents they found hinted at a kind of magical ritual performed during that period. casting a curse upon the school building. These courageous students came together to correct the mistakes of the past and change the town's fate by breaking the curse. However, they had to contend with paranormal forces at every step. In their dreams, they were pursued by the ghosts of past students. Ultimately, in an old cemetery outside the town, they discovered an ancient book used to break the curse, yet when they opened the book, the released energy momentarily incapacitated the students, pulling them into a dimension filled with ghostly figures. In that dimension, they confronted the ghosts of the past and, by facing their own fears, successfully broke the curse for good. By morning, the townspeople noticed that the mysterious events surrounding the school had come to an end. However, the events left a deep imprint on the town's memory, and no one dared to approach that school again. It was midnight when the residents of a town found themselves shaken by an eerie outbreak lurking behind the restless wind, echoing through the quiet streets. The local elementary school had suddenly fallen prey to an epidemic, prompting a swift decision to shut it down. However, this decision unleashed the true horror concealed beneath the town's dark shroud. In the initial days, only mild flu-like symptoms were observed in some students. However, this insidious disease rapidly spread, turning students and teachers into almost ghost-like figures wandering in plain sight, turning the town into a ghost town as the days passed around the closed school. Strange sounds and peculiar lights began to emerge at night. Townspeople claimed that shadows danced around the school building when looked at from their windows. People started sensing the presence of ghostly figures disappearing in the dark corridors, yet the brave youths of the town gathered to unravel these terrifying secrets and put an end to the outbreak. As they sneaked into the school through silent streets at night, the corridors were filled with a mysterious atmosphere. The doors of the classrooms creaked, as if harboring a dark secret inside. They found ancient books and notebooks adorned with mysterious symbols. These documents carried traces of another outbreak in the town's past. Back then, a similar disease had seized the town, but the events had been buried in the depths of sealed archives. The students began uncovering the dark secrets behind the outbreak. From an old teacher's journal revealed that a cursed ritual had trapped the souls of students and teachers within the town. In response, a group of students waged war against these dark forces. Throughout long nights, they faced ghostly creatures and the ghosts of the past, battling attacks, mysterious sounds, and incomprehensible symbols. The students united to break the curse. Finally, in an ancient temple, they discovered the ritual required to end the curse. However, this ritual demanded a sacrifice that would test their courage. Through a challenging struggle, where they drew strength from each other, the students successfully broke the curse. As the morning sun rose, the townspeople felt the dissipating mist around the school, as if the darkness had departed with it. However, the deep imprints left behind by these events persisted in the town's memory. The school stood quietly on the outskirts, holding the forgotten fears of its history.